any geography, there isn't anything that we can tell him that he does not already know. Yeah. So you talk to God. But most people talk to God I didn't know this when I was young until I learned it quite by accident. And then they're gone. After you've prayed, be quiet and do that. And after a while, you'll start to hear him talk back to you. It'll sound like your own voice, but it'll use words that you're not accustomed to using. And you'll be shocked. He might say three words that change your life. So talk to the Lord, be quiet, and wait for him to speak back to you. This you should do every day. Have a time where you pray individually. Then husbands and wife, you find a time for us, we can get into bed and lay down and say, okay, we're going to agree with this, agree for that, and what have you. The Lord told us here last year in the inner core prayer group at our church, he said, pray. So I have an initial time that I say, God, such and such is wrong. And I submit it to you. After that, we do it this way. Lord, I thank you for correcting this. I thank you for working this out. I thank you for sending the land. I thank you for whatever. I thank you for the job. I thank you for the increase on the job. I give you praise. And for those of you that are filled with the Holy Ghost, which is very essential, we don't know, according to Romans, what we should pray for, but the Spirit knows what we should say. So we start, you are not praying with your brain anymore. You are praying with the mind of the Spirit of God that knows. And I don't have time to get into that, but I can tell you some powerful stuff about that. So you're praying here. Let me go to this. And Jesus went up into the mountain to pray. Every day Jesus went somewhere to pray, at night or early in the morning. And when eve was come, the ship was in the midst of the sea, and he alone on the land. And he saw them toiling and rowing, for the wind was contrary unto them. And about the fourth watch of the night, he cometh unto them, walking upon the sea, and would have passed them by. All right, now let me go from there. While he's sitting up on that mountaintop, there is no street lights. There's no light tower for the place to be illuminated. It's pitch black. The wind is blowing harshly. A storm comes up, which was quite common because the wind blew around the Galilean mountains, and it was go down on the sea. Waves will become 35 feet high. They're in not a modern boat, a regular boat. And the water was flashing all into the boat, and they had been rowing since daylight all the way. Now it's somewhere between 3 and 6 o'clock in the morning, all right? And they're out there rowing and getting nowhere. And so Jesus sees them toiling. How did he see them in the middle of the sea with the wind, the wave, and the clouds and the rain blowing like crazy? How did he see them? Through discernment. And that is what you must have as a young person, any person. You need to have discernment. God, give me discernment. Yes. God, sometimes I could be thinking about something I wanted to do, and my mother would tell me, don't you do that. Now, how does she know that? Discernment. All right? And then this sad day that you live in, you got so many things, folks out there in ministry that just, one of the young people said, oh, what's that rapper, Weezy, that's married to the girl with, you know what I'm talking about, what's her name? Kardashian. He married one of the Kardashians. Okay, Kanye West, right? Kanye started having a choir. Guess where he had? Out in the desert. Yeah. All of a sudden, he was selling T-shirts and sweatshirts and sweatpants, and they was all out there. And what did Jesus say? If they say, lo, I'm in the desert, don't go there. And so the young person told me, said, oh, that is really good. I said, that's an occult. All right. That is not God. Right. Well, where did I get that from? From walking with God all these years, since I was 14 up to kissing 79. You will have a feel. Do not stop listening to the older people in your church. We are not trying to stop you. We're trying to get you from having the devil grab you and slam dunk you. And you might not ever get up from that. And so he's looking at them with the eyes of discernment, and God will cause that to happen, and you'll know exactly what you need to do. That instinct doesn't have a voice, but there will never be a time that instinct doesn't speak up. All right. Don't say words. I don't feel like I need to go home that way. Don't park my car here, park my car over there. And you later find out why God told you to do that. Without words, he told you. All right? So now, it says, he, when he was come, he's in the middle of the land, and he alone toiling. And go to the 49th verse. 48. And he saw them toiling and rowing, for the wind was contrary unto them. And about the 4th watch of the night, he cometh in unto walking